Once upon a time, in a land of towering trees and whispering winds, there lived a gentle bear and a cunning cat. The bear, with its massive paws and shaggy fur, lumbered through the forest, while the cat, sleek and nimble, prowled beside him. Now, one crisp autumn day, as the leaves danced from the trees like golden rain, the bear and the cat met beneath the canopy of swaying branches. They looked at each other, their eyes meeting in a silent understanding. It was then that the bear spoke, its voice deep and rumbling. "Dear cat," said the bear, "let us join paws and build a home together in this forest. Together, we shall weather the storms of winter and feast upon the bounty of the land." The cat, with a flick of its tail and a gleam in its eyes, agreed to the bear's proposal. And so, with the strength of the bear and the cunning of the cat, they set about their task. They gathered branches and leaves, moss and mud, and with each stroke of their paws, their home took shape. It was a cozy den, nestled beneath the sheltering arms of the trees, with a warm hearth and a sturdy roof. But the bear and the cat knew that to survive the long, cold winter ahead, they would need more than just a home. And so, they ventured deeper into the forest, their baskets swinging from their backs, in search of food. They gathered berries and nuts, roots and herbs, filling their baskets to the brim with nature's bounty. And when they had gathered enough, they returned to their home, their steps light with the promise of plenty. As the days grew shorter and the nights grew colder, winter crept silently into the forest, cloaking the world in a blanket of snow. The bear, with its thick fur and heavy limbs, curled up beside the hearth and drifted off to sleep, its breath rising in misty clouds. But the cat, with its sharp eyes and quick wit, remained vigilant. It stood guard over their stores of food, its ears twitching at the slightest sound, its tail lashing against the cold stone floor. And then, in the quiet of the night, when the moon hung low in the sky and the stars blinked like distant candles, the cat's hunger grew too strong to resist. With a soft patting of its paws, it crept up to the attic, where the buckets of honey and fat lay waiting. The cat's eyes gleamed in the dim light as it dipped its tongue into the sweet honey, savoring the golden nectar as it trickled down its throat. And then, with a greedy paw, it scooped up handfuls of fat, licking its lips with delight. But as the cat feasted in the shadows of the attic, a pang of guilt tugged at its heart. It knew that it was betraying the trust of its friend, the bear, who slumbered peacefully below. And yet, the hunger gnawed at its belly, driving it to consume more and more. And so, with a heavy heart and a full belly, the cat returned to its vigil beside the hearth, its mind troubled by the secrets it harbored. For deep down, it knew that the bond between the bear and the cat was built not just on bricks and mortar, but on trust and loyalty, two things that could easily be shattered by the selfishness of one. In the heart of the forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the wind carried tales of old, dwelt a bear and a cat in their humble abode. Together, they had built a cozy home, nestled amidst the towering pines, where they hoped to weather the harsh winter ahead. Little did they know, their bond would soon be tested by the deceit of one. As the days grew shorter and the air grew colder, the bear and the cat settled into their routine. The bear, with its heavy limbs and thick fur, would curl up by the hearth and drift off into a peaceful slumber, while the cat, with its sharp eyes and quick wit, kept watch over their stores of food. But beneath the guise of innocence lurked the cunning of the cat. Unable to resist the lure of the sweet honey and savory fat stored in the attic, the cat concocted a devious plan. It would lie to the bear, fabricating tales of fake baptisms and imaginary gatherings, all in an effort to sneak into the attic and indulge its insatiable appetite. And so, night after night, the cat would disappear into the shadows, leaving the bear none the wiser. It would feast upon the honey and fat, first taking a quarter, then a half, until finally, it devoured everything in the buckets, leaving behind only empty vessels and a trail of deceit. But as the days stretched into weeks, the bear began to grow suspicious. The once plump buckets now lay barren, their contents vanished without a trace. And so, with a heavy heart and a sense of betrayal, the bear confronted the cat, accusing it of consuming all the food. The cat, caught off guard by the bear's accusation, feigned innocence and denied any wrongdoing. It spun a web of lies, claiming innocence and virtue, all the while hiding the truth behind a veil of deceit. But the bear, with its keen senses and gentle heart, knew deep down that something was amiss. And so, in a last desperate bid to uncover the truth, the bear proposed a test. It would lie in the sun, its fur exposed to the warmth of the day, while the cat watched from afar. If the cat truly was innocent, the bear reasoned, then the sun's rays would reveal the truth, shining down upon the guilty party and exposing their deception. With a flick of its tail and a glint in its eye, the cat agreed to the test, confident in its ability to deceive. And so, they waited, the tension thick in the air, as the sun climbed higher in the sky. But as the hours passed and the sun beat down upon the bear's fur, a miracle occurred. The cat, unable to bear the weight of its guilt any longer, approached the bear with tears in its eyes and confessed to its misdeeds. "I am sorry, dear friend," the cat cried, its voice trembling with remorse. "I have betrayed your trust and feasted upon our stores of food. But I cannot bear to live with this guilt any longer. Please forgive me." And in that moment, amidst the dappled light of the forest, the bear's heart swelled with compassion. It forgave the cat for its transgressions, recognizing the power of forgiveness and the strength of their bond. And so, with their friendship restored and their hearts lighter than before, the bear and the cat vowed to face the trials of winter together, united in trust and loyalty. For they knew that true friendship could weather any storm, and that even in the darkest of times, the light of forgiveness would always shine through. In the heart of the forest, where the ancient trees whispered secrets and the sun danced through the leaves, there lived a bear and a cat in a humble cottage of their own making. Together, they had forged a bond as strong as the roots of the tallest oak, their friendship a beacon of warmth in the cold wilderness. As the seasons turned and the days grew shorter, the bear and the cat prepared for the long winter ahead. They worked side by side, gathering food and building shelter, their laughter echoing through the trees as they toiled beneath the golden sun. But beneath the surface of their idyllic life, a shadow lurked, waiting to cast its dark veil over their friendship. For deep within the heart of the cat lay a seed of envy, a desire for more than the simple pleasures of forest life. And so, as the days grew colder and the nights grew longer, the cat's envy festered like a thorn in its paw, twisting its heart and clouding its mind. One crisp autumn morning, as the bear and the cat basked in the warm glow of the sun, the cat's envy reared its ugly head. Unable to bear the sight of the bear's contentment, the cat devised a wicked plan to sow discord and mistrust between them. With a sly grin and a flick of its tail, the cat concocted a scheme to deceive the unsuspecting bear. As they lay in the sun, their fur bathed in the golden light, the cat secretly smeared honey and fat upon the bear's fur, disguising its treachery beneath a facade of innocence. And so, as the sun beat down upon them, the bear began to feel a strange stickiness upon its fur, a residue of honey and fat that clung to its skin like a heavy burden. But the bear, trusting and naive, dismissed the sensation, believing it to be nothing more than the warmth of the sun upon its fur. Meanwhile, the cat watched from afar, its heart filled with malicious glee as it witnessed the bear's unwitting acceptance of its deception. With a silent laugh that danced upon the breeze, the cat reveled in its victory, secure in the knowledge that it had fooled its friend and sown the seeds of discord between them. But as the sun began to set and the shadows lengthened, a sense of unease crept into the bear's heart. Despite the warmth of the sun and the beauty of the forest around them, a feeling of doubt gnawed at the edges of its mind, whispering tales of betrayal and deceit. And then, in a moment that sent shivers down the bear's spine, the cat's laughter rang out like a bell in the stillness of the forest, its joyous peals echoing through the trees like a haunting melody. In that moment, the bear knew the truth, and its heart sank like a stone into the depths of despair. For the cat had revealed its true nature, its laughter a cruel reminder of the deception that had been wrought upon them. With a heavy heart and a sense of betrayal that cut deeper than any blade, the bear watched as the cat fled into the darkness, leaving behind nothing but a trail of laughter and broken trust. And so, as the stars twinkled overhead and the night enveloped the forest in its velvet embrace, the bear was left alone with its thoughts, its heart heavy with the weight of betrayal. For in that moment, amidst the beauty of the forest and the warmth of the sun, the bear had learned a painful lesson about the true nature of friendship and the fragile bonds that held their world together.